War Thunder's naval fleet features a wide variety of weapons. Among the rarest, though, are shipborne surface-to-air missiles. We'll skip over the infrared-guided types, like the German Bernau's missiles. These can only engage aircraft and don't add much tactical variety. Instead, let's focus on SAM systems that can hit both air and surface targets. The Soviet MPK-33 small patrol craft has an unusual layout. Its SA-M missile launcher sits on the bow and can engage targets up to 10 kilometers away, while its main artillery battery is mounted aft. The twin guns fire fast and hit hard. Their AP shells can cripple even destroyers. Still, we don't recommend trading broadsides with enemy warships. The MPK-33 has no armor, so destroyers can shred it in seconds. A better tactic is to sneak between islands, get as close as possible, and use your SA missiles to precisely knock out enemy gun mounts. Once the target is disarmed, finish it off with your cannons and rocket depth charges. And of course, don't forget to clear the skies. The SAM system, paired with radar guidance, excels at that. The American USS Charles F. Adams destroyer carries the RIM-24A missiles with a launch range of 16 kilometers. Be aware that these missiles initially dip after launch before climbing back onto their flight path. When firing at ships, aim slightly above the target, then ease the sight back down so the missile doesn't hit the water. The main armament of the destroyer consists of two 127mm guns. They can struggle to sink other destroyers quickly, so those SAMs make a welcome secondary weapon. However, keep in mind that the missile's thick smoke trail can almost completely obscure the target, making aiming more difficult. For aerial targets, the Adams can also fire HEVT shells, which are especially effective at close range. Target acquisition is handled by its search radar. The Soviet Bravy destroyer differs in layout. Its twin main battery turret sits up front. That might tempt you never to expose your broadside, but the relatively long reload times mean you'll often rely on the Volna-M missile system mounted aft. Like the Adams, the Bravy's missiles produce dense smoke that can obscure your target at long range, so it's best to launch immediately after a gun salvo while the target is still visible. Because of its slow reload for both the main guns and SAMs, the Bravy benefits from a more cautious playstyle. Use cover or sail behind tougher allies, supporting them with suppressive fire and air defense. The ship's radar and HEVT shells work perfectly while the missile system is reloading. The American Douglas patrol boat mounts a 76mm gun and the same RIM-24A missiles. Its main cannon, due to the low rate of fire, is best used for ambush attacks on smaller boats. But even there, the missiles shine, as they can sink a patrol craft with a single hit. Keep in mind, though, that the RIM-24As have a minimum engagement distance. They launch straight ahead at a fixed elevation and don't settle onto their trajectory until about a kilometer out. The Douglas also carries just 4 missiles, and it lacks a search radar, only a tracking radar linked to the gun. Given these limitations, it's best to stay on the edges of the fight and manually watch the skies. Surface-to-air missiles on ships and boats can serve as powerful long-reach weapons and a reliable complement to your main guns. What about you? Do you enjoy using unconventional naval weaponry? Share your thoughts in the comments, and see you in our next video.